Moving on now. An advocacy group, People for Portland, is out with a poll showing that 71% of likely voters in Multnomah County support Mayor Wheeler's camping ban. The group paid for a poll by GS Strategy Group, which is based in Idaho. It polled 500 likely voters, and the margin of error is plus or minus 4%. Some of the results include this one. 75% agreed that homelessness in the Portland area is an out-of-control disaster. 17% said it's not great, and 6% feel, yeah, it's kind of turned the corner. It's making some progress. 67% say for people in crisis, drug addiction and mental health treatment should no longer be voluntary. 25% said that help should remain voluntary. Dan Levy is a Republican consultant and one of the two founders of People for Portland. He said the poll results show most people have had enough.
Well, I think it shows the level of frustration people have, that they know our homeless crisis now goes far deeper than homelessness. It gets on addiction and mental health. And people are no longer willing to just say it's a voluntary, they're expecting behavior change. In exchange for government help, housing, treatment, they want personal responsibility. They want people to change their behavior. They're willing to help them do it.
The poll also found 55% of those responding feel that Portland has lost its way. 40% said it's still a special place to live. And 65% believe elected officials are listening only to a small group of political activists and not to a majority of citizens. Other findings include, here on the left side of the page, 47% would vote to repeal that 10-year tax on high-income earners and businesses that's expected to provide about $2.5 billion for homeless programs. 41% said keep it. And on the right side of the screen, 67% agreed that Multnomah County does not have a homeless plan and is wasting money. Now, that last result came from a bit of a push question. People were told the county has spent nearly $1 billion over the past several years on homelessness, but still has no plan and no way to measure their progress. And then they were asked, do you think the county has a plan? It's true that County Commissioner Sharon Myron said that statement. In fact, we ran 2 lengthy interview clips with her right here on our show about that very topic, and she said that more than once. But stating that and then asking people if they think the county is wasting money, it's kind of pushing them to answer the way that you want. That's why it's called a push question. Still, the overall thrust of the poll is that the homeless crisis is out of control and elected leaders are not doing nearly enough to fix it. Kevin Looper is a Democratic political consultant and co-founder of People for Portland. He says the numbers show the public is fed up and political leaders are out of touch with voters. He points to this response where 51% say a top priority to address homelessness should be creating more drug addiction and mental health services for the homeless. 34% said the priority should be building more permanent housing for the homeless.
And we're being ruled by a small number of people who are very ideologically driven. And that question about should we be doing services for people in addition to housing or just housing gets to the heart of the ideological problem. There's a group of people who believe that housing first is the only mantra, and they won't fund mental health, they won't fund drug addiction. And everybody practically involved with trying to fix homelessness knows that it turns out someone who has a mental health problem or a severe addiction isn't going to make good choices. And maybe we might need to use the legal system to interdict their behavior and get them on a better path.
I find his comments really interesting because he's the Democratic political consultant. So what do you think about all that? Do you support the camping ban? Why? Are you against it? Why? Send me your thoughts, will you? And become part of the conversation. The email is thestory@kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail. Our phone number is 503-226-5090. I look forward to hearing from you.